So, Amy Tan, you were raised bilingually?
Yes, I was raised bilingually. My parents were Chinese immigrants who moved to America to escape the hardships of China. As a result, I learned Chinese and English.
What genres of books shaped your writing style?
I read many short stories and fictional dramas to make my life more interesting. This inspired me to start writing short stories for children when I was 34, and 3 years later I published my first book, The Joy Luck Club.
When did your parents think of your aspiration to become a writer?
At first, my parents wanted me to become a doctor or a concert pianist. I didn't even want to write at the time. I wanted to become an artist, but eventually I found my passion in writing, and my parents stayed supportive of me.
What effect did losing your father and brother have on your life?
It caused my mother to move us to Switzerland for a little bit so I could finish up high school. There I found comfort in a drug-addicted boyfriend, and I was arrested for drug abuse. Thankfully, I was let off without a warning, but it made me realize that I needed to be more cautious in my life choices. In 1970, I moved back to America to attend Linfield College in Oregon.
What made you start writing fictional stories?
I started writing fiction because I felt my life was lacking meaning. I went to the fiction workshop at Squaw Valley Community of Writers. There I met Molly Giles, and she gave me lots of advice on how to fix my disjointed writing style. My many scrambled ideas eventually morphed into the Joy Luck Club.
Do you mean to become a fictional writer when you started?
I remember reading lots of fairy tales, the Bible, and fictional books, especially a book called Little House in the Big Woods. Another major influence was my parents, who read sermons and told me stories about their lives.
Who or what did you find inspiration to start writing fiction?
I took inspiration from Louise Eldridge Love, stories from Laura Ingalls Wilder, and fairy tales, the Bible, and my parents.
What did your mother think of the Joy Luck Club?
By the time I wrote the Joy Luck Club, my mother had changed her opinion about letting me write because I was a business writer. I was making a very good living, which she thought was great, and when I insisted upon interviewing her for my fictional work, she was very excited to be a part of it. When the Joy Luck Club was published and became successful, she said, "I always knew she was going to be a writer because she had a wild imagination."
How involved was your mother in making the Joy Luck Club?
When I insisted on interviewing her for my fictional work, she was very excited to be a part of it.
Did you ever think the Joy Luck Club would have the cultural importance it does now?
No, I had no idea this would be anything but weird stories that were unique to us. To think that they would apply to other people was beyond my imagination.